Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. I'm Afefe with Touch by Tarot, and I'm here to do a reading for you all. I wasn't led to do a pick a card reading this morning, more of those to come always, but Spirit said just give you a straight up Celtic Cross spread on the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus that's coming up on October 28th, okay? It is taking place, of course, while now the sun has shifted into Scorpio. So we're in Scorpio season, and we've got this full moon lunar eclipse coming up in Taurus. Keep in mind, you all, that what the universe and the cosmos always does. There are always things in divine order, in divine cycles. Earlier this year, we had on May 5th, I believe, we had a lunar eclipse in Scorpio during Taurus season. And now talk about yin yang, right? That balance. Now we've got the reverse. We've got the lunar eclipse in Taurus during Scorpio season. So think about that as well. Think about what was happening in your life, around May 5th earlier this year. And there may even be some full circle moments that this lunar eclipse is going to bring your way, because I find it very interesting. There's that balance again where we had that Scorpio eclipse happening during Taurus season, and now we've got a Taurus eclipse happening during Scorpio season, all right? Spirit makes no mistakes. So I'm going to do a Celtic Cross for you all. I will take a picture of the spread. Sometimes I'm led to make eye contact with you and show up on camera. So Spirit says, get your lipstick on, girl, and do, put on a shirt and let's go get out of the pajamas. And other times I'm led to just focus in on the table. Today I was led to make eye contact with you as we talk, but I will take a picture of the spread so that you all have an opportunity to really meditate with the cards, and just do your thing visually with the cards, all right? Taurus, as we know, ruled by Venus, is very much, when that energy steps forward, it is very much about what we value. It is about our ability to allow ourselves to have pleasure. It is about pleasure and luxury and wanting the best, having the best, good food, good wine, good tea, good coffee, good clothing, beautiful home, the comforts of our home, the comforts of our physical existence. Scorpio, remember, because it's taking place during Scorpio season, Scorpio is very much it likes to dig in and go to the depths of an issue. So what you value and what you take pleasure in, and how these things may be shifting in your life due to eclipse season, right? That's what eclipses do. They very often will eclipse certain things, patterns, behaviors, people, situations out of our lives in order to create space for what's to come and what needs to come. I also was thinking this morning during meditation, getting ready to tape for you all, the song was that you can't always get what you want, you get what you need, right? Because with Taurus, it is about the desire for comforts. And sometimes we can go overboard, right? It can be leaning into, taking care of our emotional needs, say through food or through shopping or through, too much social media. We look for stimulation in ways to fill our tank. And we can go a little overboard with it. Nothing wrong with, any of it by itself. Moderation is the key. So Spirit also let me to share that. And all that said, I'm going to go ahead and start getting some cards on the table. And again, as I said, it's going to be a Celtic Cross spread. Thinking about what to expect, how this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is going to impact you. And thinking about what naturally it brings, which is the idea that in our emotional landscape, remember, we just had a solar eclipse October 14th in Libra. Solar eclipses very often will bring shifts in the way our outer world appears. New circumstances, situations, but it's very involved usually in something around us that shifts. The lunar eclipse is very often around something within us that shifts. Our own, our thoughts, our patterns, our behaviors, our emotional intelligence. We get wake-up calls, and those things can happen in response to what's going on around us. But instead of us having to adjust to things shifting around us, or situations happening around us with the solar eclipse. That lunar eclipse is things going deep within us. So again, very powerful that this is happening while we are in Scorpio season, because that's what Scorpio excels at, and really, it brings that Plutonic and Mars kind of energy of, we won't settle for anything less than the truth. This is the truth of what you value, the truth of who you value, the truth of recognizing who really values you, and what you really want out of life. What makes you comfortable? What is it that what is it that you can look around and say, yes, this is who I am. This is a reflection of how I decide to live my life. I love this spread, you all. All right, let's go in. Central, and this is so appropriate because we are talking about Taurus energy, so it's that earthly energy. So central to your spread, this is Celtic Cross again, is the Queen of Pentacles. What are you creating? What is it, what is around you? This is very much about taking stock while this lunar eclipse is happening. Taking stock. And if you hear background noise, by the way, it's a gorgeous day here. I have all my windows open. It's taking stock of what you have and what you want to bring in, because what this Queen of Pentacles was crossed with is the Nine of Pentacles. So this, first and foremost, what Spirit is saying here is this lunar eclipse in Taurus is going to have you yearning and feeling a measure of, I deserve this. For some of you, it could be a wake-up call to knowing how hard you have worked to amass the things that surround you, the money that you've saved, or how well you have managed and budgeted your money, and therefore maybe it's time for that that long overdue vacation or trip. Maybe still for many of us after COVID, there's still that now I think I may be ready to get out and travel and socialize. So there's some sort of reward for what you have done. And when you are in Taurus energy, there is this component of, I deserve it. I want it. These things, the things that bring me pleasure, the things that may feel a little indulgent, I have earned those things. All right. So that's a central energy for many of you during this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. Now, what you're resting on, the base of the reading, is the Four of Swords. So that value, that evaluation that's going to come to play, it's not, for many of you, it's not all there yet. This is a time where maybe you are resting. You realize that you're hitting a point in your life where you need to rest and relax and take time to think about what your needs are, to think about what it is that you have accumulated or want to accumulate that's going to last, that's going to have lingering value to you. All right. It's not just about, Nordstrom's or Target is having a sale, and I certainly could use, a new set of dishes, or what, you know what I mean? Like, it's not haphazard that way. It's more, what is it that I want in my life that truly is going to be a reflection of my values, that I can look back at after I've done it, after I've had the encounter, after I've taken the trip or made the purchase or remodeled my home, or changed my diet in some way. Whatever it is that has that tangible effect, you want that clarity about it. And Spirit is saying, don't rush. Use this time. Taurus can be known for being stubborn, the bull, right? And also moving slow, like not rushing to things. So there's an element here in this lunation, this full moon, that is saying, Spirit is confirming for you, take your time, chill out, lay back, get your thoughts straight in terms of what it is that you're going to do to continue to apply your physical rewards, your money, your health, etc. In the recent past, we have the Seven of Wands. I love this depiction because it's like, give it the hand, right? the fact that this is, I like that this is coming in the recent past, because what it says is, in terms of what you want and what you have and what you value, you've had to take a stand for it. Many of you have had to take a stand in terms of, maybe there was some form of challenge. You know, maybe you didn't know exactly, there was something you wanted, but you didn't quite know how you were going to go about it. There may have been some changes and some shifts in your relationships, in how you have been showing up for yourself. Because remember, this is your emotional life, your emotional intelligence, your emotional growth. So there may have been times that you've had to stand up for yourselves, and some of you may be more comfortable with that than others. There's that element of, you know, in Wands, there's that element of knowing when to push back, you know, that sort of fire, when to exert your fire, and when to sort of let things play out without overly compromising, without going into people pleasing and all of that. So you've learned some valuable lessons. And overarching the card up top is the Emperor, which confirms that. There have been some questions around authority, around what, going back to your central cards, going, you know, around what you have and the vision for continuing to build on what you have. If you are working with someone, if you are partnered in particular, and there needs to be a common and a shared vision around, okay, here's how we're going to go about this. Here's how we're going to continue to enjoy our lives and the fruits of our labor. Here's what needs to get tweaked, and so that it'll last us, so that we know that we can count on its value still being there, you know, down the road. There's this, some of you have had to really step into, and it also, you know, when we talked about that recent past with the Seven of Wands, you've had to grow more comfortable with power. You've had to grow more comfortable with speaking truth to power, whether that is, and when I say that, you know, often we use that in a larger context, you know, protests and government and things like that. But this could even be within your own home, within your own family, and within yourself, your own personal growth, your quiet moments where you are deciding, I am in charge. I have the ability to lead. I do have a vision. All right. Emperor ruled by Aries. So this is also calling into the self. Remembering, going back to astrology, that we are in a Libra Aries north and south node axis at this time. So there is that notion of, how do I indulge, take pleasure in, build on the things that I deserve and enjoy, but at the same time, not be too selfish, not be too dictatorial, not just, you know, assert my will to a point where I make someone feel pushed, or, you know, I don't want to be manipulative about it. I want to be fair about it. I want to be loving about it, because your central card, again, going back to that Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, you know, emblematic of Taurus as well as other earthy energy, but loves to share, loves to be generous, loves to have plenty. Shelves are full, you know, and making more, right? So it's not a selfish energy. It's not about me, but it is about weighing, how do I continue to have these beautiful things that I want in life, knowing that in doing so, I want to share it with others. I want to make sure that others around me, my home, the things that matter to me, that I value, are still taken care of. And also, no limits. Like, this is having a vision. I feel like for some of you, you are doing manifestation work for sure. You are journaling, you are meditating, you are writing things down, you are doing vision boards, you are praying out loud. You have a concept. You're not just, you know, la, 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 la. You have a concept for what it is specifically that you want in your life, that you want to have last you, that you are willing to invest your time, your money, and your emotional energy in as well, in order to see things manifest. Now, here we go. In the near future, King of Pentacles. Started out, your central card is that Queen, and here comes the King to say, guess what, darling? Your spirit guides are like, you got it. You got it. This material gain is coming for you. And your ability to embrace it emotionally, lunar eclipse, okay, that emotional component of this full moon, your ability to embrace it, to own it, to claim it, to say, yes, I have worked to have this, I have built it, you know, I have taken all the necessary steps, I have saved, I have invested time, money, energy, home, all the things that comprise a life, family, the way you have shown up. Look at how beautifully this Pentacles energy is showing up for you all in this reading. Seriously. Okay? So your spirit guides are 100% on board and saying, baby doll, you are fine. We got you covered. And we recognize that this is the near future again. There is an accumulation. There is more. There is room for more. There is, and it may take time. I'm thinking about with the King of Pentacles, there is an ability to indulge, right? There is, talking about Taurus, there is an ability to indulge. There is enough around you to be willing and able to indulge without worrying about there being any form of lack, okay? But there is also a tendency with Taurus energy is if I expend myself in this way, you know, if I really take that vacation, or I try something new, or I make this investment, or I do this remodeling job or you know, revamp my home, or I make this move, I go someplace different. All of these things that are a financial, emotional, physical, psychic investment, I don't want to deplete myself. I don't want to deplete what I have. And that's King of Pentacles is coming up to say, you won't deplete what you have. I feel like I want another card on that though, Spirit. What else do they need to know about the future, the near future, and the King of Pentacles? We have Temperance. I love it. Okay, that's confirmation, major arcana, no less. Thank you, Spirit. So Temperance, ruled by Jupiter. What does Jupiter do? It grows. It is fire energy. It is goodness. It is healing, but it is also moderation. It is saying, plan what it is that you want to do. And in this lunation, having a certain feeling about your ability to enjoy the fruits of your labor, enjoy your life, have those indulgences, but in moderation. Don't, you know, if there's $5,000 to play with, maybe don't spend $4,500. You know what I mean? Like maybe split it in half, $2,500, and save the other $2,500. There's that sense of moderation, that sense of balance and equilibrium. But it's also a good time. I mean, truly, the overall feeling that I'm getting for you all and seeing here, this is a beautiful time during this lunation, this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. You all indulge. Give yourself, you know, you want the piece of cake, have the slice of cake, but maybe only have the slice of cake, not half the cake. You know what I mean? All right. Now, for you personally at this time, the base of the staff, for those of you who are familiar with the Celtic Cross, and again, I'll post a picture of this. There's Judgment. Awesome. Ruled by Pluto. We're talking about a lunar eclipse. Eclipses bring change. They bring shifts. Sometimes things are revealed to us that, you know, it can be joyful, it can be painful, it can be just an aha moment. That's so typical of a judgment energy, because here Spirit brings to your awareness, your guides bring to your awareness, and events will happen that you can't ignore. You know what you know. Judgment is a very mature spiritual energy. And it's an energy where you've had certain experiences relative to Taurus, relative to what matters to you, what you value, the people who you value, and those who have shown that you are valued. They return it. It is reciprocal. All right. How you are managing your money, how you are managing the tangible aspects of your life. There's an increased awareness around it, and your guides are basically saying, for this lunar eclipse in Taurus, it is so strong, it is unavoidable. And I think that rather than any sort of resistance, there's a part of you that really welcomes this knowledge and you welcome this change. Judgment can also be a card of what they call second chances, which is when you have this awareness of, okay, this is how I have typically always invested my time, my energy, my money, my, how I have treated my home, or those things around me, how my acquisitions, my investments. There's awareness that, hey, if you did hit a couple of bumps in the road, if you went too far, if you zigged when you should have zagged, it's cool. Spirit is saying you have this opportunity for a second chance. And to confirm that, the environment around you, the next card up the pole, up the staff, is the Page of Wands. That is a fresh energy, a fresh perspective. This full moon lunar eclipse has you feeling sort of zippity-doo-dah, right? Can't always get what you want, but you're going to get what you need, all right? And it could be that getting what you need is going to put you in a frame of mind to say, hey, you know what? This is what I wanted all along. I just needed time to figure it out. Remember that Four of Swords you got at the base of your reading, all right? And again, one more time, I will put a picture of this spread with this post, okay? So that's it. That's the reward of taking the time to really think about it, is it gives you, it invigorates you. There's going to be, for many of you, this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is going to have you kind of like reappreciating everything that you have, everything that you've built, everything that you have become, because we are dealing with the lunar eclipse. So there's that deep inner in Scorpio season. So it's going to be this deep sense of profound appreciation for who you are and what you are capable of, what is still available to you, and this fresh sense of, hey, I'm ready to go at it. All right. Hopes and fears is interesting. Three of Wands. So now that comes right on top of the Page of Wands. All right. So that's the environment, this fresh opportunity that Spirit is bringing you in this lunar eclipse in Taurus, to say, hey, go for it. I deserve it. I've done a good job and I'm going to keep doing a good job. I'm going to take moderation, remembering that temperance that we got on top of the King of Pentacles. I'm not going to lose my head and, and bet the farm on anything, but I am going to indulge. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to take that trip. I'm going to enjoy my family. I'm going to, do some gardening. I'm going to spruce up my yard, whatever it is that Taurus makes you comfortable energy. Hopes and fears is that you want to grow. For some of you, it could be that some of the things that you want to do involve other people. With threes, we usually are looking at something larger, a group effect, the growth that comes as a result of others. You're working with others, the mutual cooperation and having that larger vision. So there could be, if it's hopes, it's knowing that, hey, I want to do these things. I don't want to do it by myself. I want to beautify my home, but then once I do it, I want to be social. I want to have people over. I want other people to enjoy this space with me. You see what I mean? So there's that opportunity for growth, but also a need for growth, right? Can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. There's a need for many of you to have that, the people around you, the mile markers of growth, the idea that if I take this chance and I indulge, with this trip, this vacation, this class, this course of study, this new hobby, this whatever it is that shows up for you in a Taurus Venus loving, valuable, beauty sort of way. If I acquire this piece of artwork that I've had my eye on, etc., is it going to grow in value? Is it going to grow me? Is it going to grow my experience with others? There you have it. And your final card, we couldn't have asked for more. You have the Magician. Woo! Okay? Unlimited raw potential. The thing with the Magician, I do caution, is that while the Magician has everything available, you are going to have so many, with all of that Pentacles energy that we saw show up for you in this lunation in Taurus, you're going to have opportunities coming toward you to build on what you have, to make wise investments and wise choices about about sustaining what is valuable to you: your health, your friendships, tangible things, your emotional intelligence, your well-being. All of these things are leading to your well-being. And so with the magician, the thing here is the magician is ruled by Mercury. So it can be kind of happy-go-lucky. It can literally just wave the wand, be like, bada bing, bada bang. I know I can do it. I know I can believe in it. It's a very enthusiastic and exuberant sort of energy. But what it needs is to be grounded. It needs, the magician can manifest for sure. But does it last? Because again, with Mercury, it can be mercurial. It can come, it can go. It can, it can come, but in ways that maybe it wasn't exactly what you meant, right? Thinking about that movie, some of you remember the movie Practical Magic, right? With Sandra Bullock. I forget who else was in it, but it was a milestone movie. It's really a classic, and the idea is that when we work with energy, when we work in manifestation, we something's going to do. We are magical people. Our guides are with us. We are a part of this energetic force, but sometimes things can happen in ways that we didn't anticipate. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. It may be that you do get what you need, but you also need to be cognizant of that. Like, take the time to evaluate what it is that you really do need that's going to sustain you over the long term. If there are things, people, situations that you feel are harming you emotionally, and this could be even whether it's your own behavioral patterns, over time, thinking about Taurus, indulgences. If you are, for instance, if you are trying to be cautious with your budget, your savings, your investments, but every time you see that sale sign, you're like, oh, gotta have it. Where's my mirror? So, but there's that, there's that real, okay, eclipse that out. It is time for the next 6 months or 3 months or whatever feels comfortable for you. I have what I need. I am comfortable with what I need. I don't need more. Capitalist society that we are in America, there's more, newer, better, etc. And keeping up with the times and doing all of that. Don't have to do that. Maybe this eclipse is going to bring you to a point with that temperance energy where you say, you know what? I'm good with what I have for right now. I will make do with what I have for right now and continue to save for something bigger, that European vacation, for instance, or, treating myself to more spa days and a massage, whatever that means for you. But it is how you are going to make adjustments in the way you feel about what you have and who you have and the luxuries that you can afford in this lifetime and in this now moment. All right. It's going to be a difference, a shift in that. And Spirit is definitely confirming for you. There won't be a lack of what you are able to amass or what you are able to do. Your spirit guides are all the way with you during this time and saying, absolutely, you worked hard. You've done a lot. You deserve the luxuries that you want. Just be careful with it. Just think about it. Think about what will last and what really has meaning versus what just is going to feel good right now. All right. I've got 2 oracles I'm going to pull for you to close out. I was led because of the earthly energy of Taurus and the watery energy of Scorpio. So I've got an earthly oracle and a watery one. The first one is going to pull from the divine or animal oracles. And what Spirit wants you to be aware of during this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is the armadillo. Woo! Groundedness. All right. Is that not appropriate for what we were just saying? Okay. There is that sun. There is that go get it. There is that you can have what you want, but also protecting what you have. In that Taurus energy, protecting what you have, being moderate with what you have at the same time, being grounded, making wise choices, not haphazard choices as you use your magic, as you write and do your manifestation rituals, say your prayers, prepare yourself to indulge in the things that bring you pleasure, but doing it in a way that also allows you to have that grounded, that centeredness, that so that once you do these things or indulge in these things and accept the pleasure that life wants to bring you, no regrets. There's no regrets if you're grounded, okay? So that's the armadillo energy. And This is pulling from the Healing Waters deck. So thinking about the Scorpio, because this full moon in Taurus is happening during Scorpio season. I wanted to bring a little bit of a Healing Waters energy. Spirit, what is the message? I forgot to pull the leader card out of the deck. So pulling again. Beneath the surface, Scorpio. What did we talk about? Woo, I love it. Don't you love this work? Don't you love this life? All right, beneath the surface, what's really driving you, your true motives, and breaking free? Talk about a lunar eclipse message and everything that we've been talking about leading up to now. So that's what the Scorpio, that's why this lunation, this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is happening during Scorpio season, because there is a deeper beneath the surface aspect to it. What you indulge in, what you enjoy, what you want to, what you want to reward yourself with, what you want to let go of so that you can allow, more room for what is revealed to you, because the full moon will often illuminate something that has been hidden to you. So you may find out some information that makes you feel, triggers you a certain way with an emotional response. But keep in mind, it's happening deliberately. It's happening so that you can be grounded and come and understand that you had to get beneath the surface of that situation, of that purpose, of a person, of that revelation that you needed, so that then you could prepare yourself to go forward and grow. Remember, we had that 3 of Wands. You can prepare yourself for it. You can allow yourself the indulgence and feel free, and feel free again. Okay? Felt amazing to me. Let me know what you thought. By the way, don't forget, I'll post a link to my blog post that tells you all about the class that I'm offering. I am offering the Make It Personal based on my tarot guide, available on Amazon. I am offering a course in tarot. It's going to be 2 parts. All the details are laid out in the blog that I posted. I will give you details of that also down in the description. If you have any questions, you want to reach out to me, you can email me at touchedbytarot@gmail.com. And I think that's about it. I think that's about enough. You all have a great one. Best of wishes to you. Enjoy, indulge wisely during this lunation in the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.